What's up, you guys? The Dorcas Knight here doing another action figure review on the DC Comics Multiverse, Justice League, Aquaman. Taking a look at the packaging this figure comes in, it's pretty similar to the rest of the figures in the wave. You got a picture of Aquaman in the corner over here with the DC logo. It says Justice League Aquaman on the side, and same with the Collecting Connect Steppenwolf. It has on the side over here a picture of Aquaman and the Aquaman name again, and then the exact same description that the Batman came with, which is, at the brink of a catastrophic assault, this unparalleled League of Heroes must come together to save the planet. On the back over here, you got the Steppenwolf Build-A-Figure with all the figures inside the wave. I've taken a look at Batman. I still have Wonder Woman to do, and I do have a Flash Target exclusive to do. And Superman. And this is the Build-A-Figure that Aquaman comes with, the Build-A-Figure piece. Looks pretty nice. I'm very excited to take a review of that figure. But yeah, it just shows all the warnings down here. At the top says DC Comics Multiverse, Justice League, Aquaman, Justice League again, DC Comics Multiverse, the top DC Comics Multiverse, and it has all the logos in the corner over there if you can see, and then it has Justice League, and then has the age. And at the bottom there's nothing much really there. So anyway, let's take a look at the figure. So here's Aquaman, and I think it's a nice figure for the price that you're paying for it. Same thing that I said with the Batman Justice League figure, but he does come with one accessory, and that is his trident. It's the exact same trident that we got from the last Aquaman, except it's a silver color now instead of gold, so it looks pretty nice. It's the exact same thing, but it's a nice trident. It does not have any paint detailing at all, but it does look pretty good. Has a little sculpting in there of the organic material. So yeah, it looks pretty nice. Nothing much really with this trident, but he does hold it pretty well in his hand. It is a little bit shaky on there, but you can make it work. It's very nice. Taking a look at the head sculpt and comparing it to the BVS one, I think that they really did step up their game better. This one really does look like the actor a little bit more, because I don't think that the actor had brown eyes anyway. So yeah, I'm glad they changed it. And they still have the brown, dry brushing all over the hair. So yeah, it's a little bit. There's a little bit more in this one than this one. Taking a look at the actual comparison, it does look like the actor. It really does. They have the blue eyes in there and everything. So yeah, very good looking. I do think that he looks a little bit like an old man, like older than he's supposed to be in the movie. But I think that's just the dry brushing that's bothering me. But everything else on the figure looks pretty nice. Taking a look at the armored pieces, they also do look pretty accurate. They have this dry brushing going on throughout, which I do like. There's the chest. There's the back over there. Less scaling and everything. So I really do like that. There's the arm, the hands. So yeah, it does look pretty nice. I don't really like how the fingers look on these hands. I think on the last figure they did way better than they did on this one, because this one does look a little bit more realistic. This one looks more like a child's toy, if anything. Which I guess this is a child's toy, but adults do collect it too, and that's one thing that Mattel needs to understand. That Multiverse is mostly for adults, and then the basic line is for the kids. But anyway, he has the Aquaman symbol on his belt over there. See him on the back. There's the Aquaman butt, the Jason Momoa butt. For you fans out there of Jason Momoa, going crazy for him. There are the legs. There's the side over here, and there's the boots. So yeah, there's nothing really much to say. Oh, and there's 2 pickles on the bottom of the feet. So there's nothing really much else to say about this figure. Looks very nice. It has a lot of detail in it. Same with the tactical Batman. So yeah, there's nothing really much to say about this. Taking a look at the articulation of this guy, though, the hair does limit his head movement. He can't really look up, and if you do push up, he just bounces back down. So it's kind of bothersome. He does look down. Wish he could look down a little bit further, but then again, the hair, he can move his head side to side. There's a bit of head pivot. Then again, it's all limited by the hair. He can move his arm out, and the shoulder pad can move with that, so I really do like that. Except one problem with this is that when you move the arm back down, the shoulder pad kind of gets warped into that position that it was in earlier. So if you leave this figure in a crazy pose like this for too long, then these shoulder pads are going to be kind of difficult to get down. But then again, you could probably just use a hair dryer to push it back down and it'll probably stay. So that's one thing to note. He can move his arms up and down, or forward and back. He has a bicep swivel, single jointed elbow, which rarely moves in. On the last figure, they actually did better articulation than this one. So I wish that there's a problem with this Justice League line where their elbows aren't really moving up as well. So I wish that they would start to realize that and start to fix it in future figures. But they are making a comeback. They are fixing up these figures a lot more, which I do like. So keep on going. They do have a wrist swivel. No ab crunch at all. The Batman had an ab crunch, but this one doesn't for some reason. But he does have a waist swivel, so they can kick forward. Oh, and this is a brand new figure, so they should have some more articulation, should they not? So the legs can kick forward. They can kick back very little. No thigh swivel at all. Like, come on, Mattel, this is a new figure. You should be like updating the articulation a little bit more. Like, honestly, man, you can bend the knee, but one thing to note is that I feel like I'm going to break the figure when I bend the knee, so you got to be a little bit careful when you're bending it. And then he does have some foot articulation where it can move up and down, and cannot move side to side, and there's no ankle pivot. So that's another thing to note, that he could be hard to stand at some cases. So yeah, that's about it with the figure. Let's get into some comparisons. So here he is compared to the Batman v Superman Aquaman, and I think that they really did step up their game with this one. There are some things that they could have used from this figure to put in here, and for an example is the elbows, as these ones bend in a lot less than these ones. So I wish that they would fix that problem, but sadly they can't. Out of these two, I gotta say I like this one a little bit more, just for the amount of detail that's put into it. This one is still pretty good. I still really do like this Aquaman figure, but I think I'm leaning towards this one a little bit more now. Here he is next to the Tactical Batman, which is the last figure that I reviewed in this wave. And I think these two really do look well, good beside each other. I feel like Aquaman is a little bit too tall, but then again, I know that the actor is kind of tall, just to Batman. So Batman does look a little bit short, but I do think that the scale does fit in well with each other. Finally, here's Aquaman next to the DC Icons Rebirth Aquaman. And as you can see, this guy has a lot more detail than the more expensive DC collectible ones. So I really like that. So I like the DC Icons articulation, but I like Mattel's detail a little bit more than their articulation. But there you go. There's from the page to the screen. So final thoughts on this figure. I think that you are getting what it's worth. So just as I said with the Tactical Batman figure, the articulation is weak, but it does look very nice. If you were just to have him in a standing position, I think it would look very nice on your shelf with all the other figures in the wave. And then again, as I said with the last one, if you are waiting to get the Mayfix figure, but you're really hyped for Justice League, this is a good figure to buy. It is It is a very good looking figure. But that's about it with what I have to say with this figure. It's pretty simple. It doesn't have anything too dramatic in it, and pretty complex, just like the tactical Batman one. So, with all the detail that is, and the scaling, you know, inside the costume. So I really do like it. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed, and leave a comment down below with what you think of this figure. How does it compare with the BVS one? Do you like that one more, or do you like this brand new one more? But anyway, guys, hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.